Hey, you guys, it's me. I skip through videos and see the ones I want to see, get to the punchline because I can pretty much fill in the blanks by memory. This video here, and I'm coming off way half cocked. I watched about 37 seconds of this video, but God give me the ability to read into it. This story is about what I would assume is an immigrant, a migrant. And this alien has been hanging outside of this either elementary school or middle school. And apparently, he assaulted this young girl in the middle 6 weeks previous to this. Now, the mother, who's to the left of her, and the child reported it to juvenile services at the school. Now, we know all schools have a resource officer. 6 weeks go by, and cops did not one damn thing. Not one thing that cops did. And this is where you need to wake the F up, you cop sucking bootlickers. 6 weeks they had to protect this school from one illegal person trying to abuse their children. And what happens after 6 weeks? The same guy goes and grabs the same girl and tries to take her away and take her innocence. So what good are cops again? What good are they again? Oh, you got a sticker dead on your car? You're paying a fine. Oh, you don't wear your seatbelt? You're paying a fine. You go a little too fast when you're on your way to work? Oh, you're paying fine, and you're paying insurance rates, and you're paying all this. But God forbid these welfare recipient terror pigs are in your school with your children, and they do nothing to protect them. Not only nothing to protect them, in much of the times, many of the instances, the same terror pigs that are required to protect your children are the ones abusing your children. So, what again is the purpose of these cops? What is the purpose of them? To give you a false sense of security while consistently, daily taxing you, the king's tax, daily taking your freedom, extorting, caging, and killing you. But how's that sense of security and safety when there's a cop around? How many of you bootlickers out there smile and get excited when you see the blue lights in your rearview mirror? How many of you say, yes, I get to meet my public servant. I'm so happy. No. A sense of fear, anxiety, rage, because you know you get ready to get robbed on the side of the road. But at least you know they're at your kid's school doing nothing to protect them. Oh, they'll come in, and I've seen it recently. Cops ran into an elementary school to I don't want to use the wrong term here, a special needs class, and put a 7-year-old autistic child in handcuffs and took her to jail for assaulting a police officer. But if a predator tries to harm your child, they do nothing for 6 weeks straight. As I've always told you, time and time again, cops are nothing more than secretaries except when they're in their role of taxing you. They show up when the crime's done. They show up when your house has been broken into. They show up when your tires has been slashed. They show up after somebody's been raped, dare I say. They show up and for all the cop suckers out there, especially the freaking boomers that I cannot stand, that let law enforcement get to this extreme. You sit around and you watch Andy Griffith, and oh, they're there to give you high fives and hey, how you doing, and talk sweet and nice to you, and they're gonna get that cat out of the tree and all that stuff. You're a fool. You are all fools. Despicable. How good could we be if we removed the budgets from every police department along the country, and we have militias from that county, from that city, from that township, militias full of fathers ready to protect their communities? What happens? Because I know of a factual basis here of a town in Georgia that required every homeowner to have a firearm. Oh my gosh, crime rates dropped through the floor. It's one of the safest towns in the country when everyone's required to be armed, because these double G hard R's are a lot less likely to kick in your door when they know there's going to be lead flying from the other direction. But we're in a babysitter helicopter parent society where the government has to have their nose in every single thing. Guys, I filed divorce papers 7 months ago. Do you think they've made any effort whatsoever to go get my ex-wife and serve her? No! Instead, what do? They let her walk free for fentanyl trafficking. They let her walk free for paraphernalia. They let her walk free after being arrested time after time after time after ODing 3 times. They keep letting her free because what? Because she can rat some person that's an addict out. Not only give her freedom, but pay her and keep her out there doing drugs. I saw a post on Facebook 3 days ago. And in this post, I recognized a face. You see, when this government murdered my fiance, when they suicided her, shortly after, this girl comes into my life. Beautiful lady, 9-year-old daughter, comes into my life. Oh, I want to help you get through this. I really need a place to stay. Can me and my daughter stay in your house, and I'll help you get you through this. Now, being out of my mind, I thought, well, I don't want to be alone. I don't know what to do. Because I came home and found my fiance hanging dead from the same rope that I attempted to murder myself a few years previous. It didn't take long to catch this woman smoking crack in my bathroom, the second bathroom that was right beside her daughter's bedroom. She's in there smoking crack all day and all night. I'm like, where are you getting the money from? Well, I watched her and I was like, she was always scratching her chest. So what is going on? You got a rash or something? No, nothing. It's just dry skin. The sheriff's department had hired her to move in my home, quote unquote, fall in love with me, to get me to confess to murdering my fiance. She would leave in the mornings and come back in the afternoon with a pocket full of money. I'm like, what is going on here? When the crap finally hit the fan and I found out that she was smoking dope in my house, I said, what is going on? Oh, well, the sheriff's department gives me $500 every time I bust someone. They give me drugs and I sell the drugs, and then I call the law and they pay me $500, and any drugs left over, I get to keep. This chick was going out with another drug addict and setting people up to rob them. To rob the people that come to buy the drugs that the sheriff's department gave her. And lo and behold, I see the post on Facebook. I'm like, wow, that chick looks familiar. God, she's rough looking. I'm like, holy shit. She's went down that bad? Oh my gosh. Another fentanyl bust. Another bust with guns and other illegal activity that could have been stopped 20 or 15 years ago, that they did nothing to stop the criminal. I even called the sheriff's department and told them about her. I told them, she's a freaking crime. She's a crime spree in herself. You are paying her to commit more crime. It wasn't long after that when, and you're not going to believe this, folks. You're not going to believe this, but you can go look it up and you'll find it on YouTube. This chick, when I kicked her out, called her stepdad. This dude shows up, methed out of his immortal mind, telling me how he's going to kill me in my house because I'm putting her and her daughter out. So that's back in the days when they had these, where troopers had these big old mag lights. Well, one night I watched a trooper pull off and he had his mag light on top of his car. And when he pulled off, the mag light rolled off. So I grabbed that mag light as soon as he drove away from a roadblock. And I'm standing on my deck in front of my house, in my nice, beautiful place I had before the government stole it from me. And he said he was going to kill me. So I flew off my porch with that mag light and I cracked him in the head. And I beat him from one side down the other and back up again. And he was so out of his mind, I did not know at the time that when you smoke meth, you become Superman. I beat him for 3 minutes straight till I was out of breath and out of energy to go anymore. And that little son of a bitch crawled up on me, on top of me. He wasn't able to do much, but that turned the tide real quick and I realized I'm fighting a superhero. Well, needless to say, he got out of my house. She got out of my house. They was gone. But the damage was already done. I was already on a terrorist watch list. I was already being targeted by the federal government. Come to find out, when I was married, the cops were paying my wife back then to try to take me down. Paying my wife that I was married to, the mother of my children, paying her for information to try to take me down. All because I spoke out against 9/11? All because when I was 17, I wouldn't rat out when I got busted with a little bit of marijuana? When I got set up by a friend who was selling pounds of mushrooms, he got busted with pounds of mushrooms and they come after me for a couple bags of weed. The rich kid who got busted with the pounds of mushrooms at UNC Chapel Hill got off because he turned me in for a couple bags of weed. He walks free today with no felonies. Oh, and that stepdad, the stepdad that I beat the immortal shit out of, you can find him and this girl on YouTube. And you will not believe this, but the name of the video on YouTube is I Did Not Have Sex with My Stepdad. And the name of the show was Jerry Springer. Somebody needs to come and start taking notes. As the gang stalkers have said many times with V2K, you ought to write a book, you ought to write a book, you ought to write a book. No one will believe you. You're crazy. We're going to get you. God bless.